So let's talk about Ramadan. It's
Sure.
Ramadan now. You will have, I say to myself, and everyone says to themselves, during Ramadan, I will now start to lose weight.
Right.
Because I've dieted, I've not eaten for
Yeah.
12 to 18 hours now.
Yeah.
And I only have 1 or 2 meals. But a lot of people don't end up losing weight. So what is your... Let's talk about... We have talked about fasting, to be honest. You said during that time, you do not get the insulin surges or the glucose surges. So then, why are people not losing weight during Ramadan?
Okay.
Yeah.
So that's a very good question, and this is possibly one of the most commonly asked questions on my channel as well.
Yeah.
Why am I piling up weight?
Yeah.
And it's actually linked to what we discussed before, is the binge eating, the concept of binge eating. So if you have obviously people are under the impression that they have to make up their calories. Calories that they're not going to be eating for the rest of the day.
Yeah.
They have to make up for their calories. So they then start eating a lot during the sehri, and then they eat a lot during the iftari.
Okay.
And between the iftari and the next sehri, they keep munching, and that's a problem. That's one problem, that they don't lose weight. Second problem is what we traditionally eat. So people normally, use dates to open their in the iftari. And 1 or 2 dates are fine, but you're eating a lots of dates, then it's got a lot of sugar.
Okay.
Then we have a tradition where we have iftari and then namaz and then our dinner. That's a tradition followed in most households, not everyone, but so in the iftari it's mainly snacks. So there's samosas, pakoras, there is chaats, there's mithai, there's sugary stuff. So all refined carbohydrates or all deep fried carbohydrates are part of our iftari. So you've already piled up 1,000 calories when you do iftari.
Yes.
And then after iftari, you go into a main meal, which is also lots of rotis, rice, salan. So we tend to eat more than what our body requires, because that's what we used to. And we tend to eat the wrong stuff during Ramadan. And that's the problem why people put weight on.
Yeah.
Now, there is a concept called OMAD, 1 meal a day. And it's a very potent, very powerful technique of losing weight. And if you think about it, Ramadan is actually, you can use the OMAD concept, 1 meal a day, during your 30 days of Ramadan. So in your iftar, in your sehri, if you just stick to no carbs, you have water as much as you want, in iftari, obviously, it will lead to you going to the toilet lots of time, but, you can gauge that. You can have lots of water, you can have protein, you can have eggs, you can have peas, you can have
fruit and
veg, you can have you can have salad, you can have lentils, all that stuff. Really low carb, but high in protein, high in fat content in your sehri. And then you go on through your roza. At iftari time, you just have 1 meal. So all you have a glass of water, coffee, tea, maybe 1 date to break your fast.
Yes.
Do not eat anything. Go and do your namaz. Come back and have 1 meal.
1 meal.
And that's absolutely a great way to practice OMAD during Ramadan. Yes, of course, you're having sehri as well, but that's fine. You're not having any you're not having any sugar and carbohydrate in the sehri. You're having just salad and you're having yogurt. Yogurt is very good. You can even have oats. Oats have some carbohydrates, but oat is a good meal for protein as well. You can make a little fruit chart with no sugar in it. Just have peas in it. Just have I don't know. I mean, the thing with fruit is some fruit that are popular in our society, like mangoes, have got a very high glycemic index. So if you want to lose weight, you need to be very careful what fruit you're eating.
Yes.
In a very pedantic way, the only fruit that's got low glycemic index are the berries, blueberries, strawberries, raspberries. That's the only fruit you should have. Bananas have some fruit. Watermelon is good. It's got a lot of water and obviously some sugar in it. So you need to be careful with fruit. If you want to lose weight, be healthy. If you're binging on fruit all the time, then your sugar will spike.
Yes.
But the safest options is vegetables, lentils, peas, all kind of grains, not grains, all kind of lentils, and protein, which could be in the form of yogurt or eggs or meat. You can eat meat at Sehri. So eat that in reasonable proportion, and then go on to your iftari. Just drink water, do namaz, and have a good meal. Now, one question I get quite often asked on my channel is, Dr. Saab, we are eating a lot of good stuff, the stuff that you recommend, still not losing weight. Remember, calories are calories. If you eat 1 kilo of really prime organic steak, it still have loads of calories.
Yes.
And you'll put weight on, because calories will convert into fat. So even if you are eating good stuff, avocados, eggs, meals, lentils, beans, even if you're eating high nutritious stuff, vegetables, mushrooms, if you eat tons and tons of them, then you will get bigger.
Interesting. I think I've thought that's a very interesting answer, to be honest, that people you saying end up eating more or probably the same amount during Ramadan because they're having 2 meals, and they're probably 2 larger meals to meet their calorie intake or their energy levels.
And not only that, the quality of the food that we eat, the snacking that we do between iftari and the next sehri,
that shouldn't be done
keep
because
munching,
of those surges.
Exactly.
And when you have those surges, you're not breaking down fats, basically.
Exactly.
Or not allowing that opportunity.
You've had a beautiful opportunity of 10 hours, 12 hours of low insulin, your fat is melting away, and then bang, iftari time, and you just reverse it all by filling yourself in with refined carbohydrates and roux afza and sweet drinks. I mean, roux afza is a killer. It's so sweet, it's got so much sugar in it, but so popular. It's a traditional iftari drink. So we use these killer drinks, and then a lot of mithai is being distributed in Ramzan, full of sugar and oil. I mean, mithai is possibly the worst thing because not only it's got sugar, it's fried in oil as well. Just exactly like ice cream. Ice cream is the same. It's heated with fat and it's got sugar in it.
I think it's psychological for me to think about doing that because I wake up for sehri and I'm not having carbs, and then I'm thinking, am I going to survive my day? And if I've got like a decently challenging day or hard work, or let's say me working as a junior doctor, and I'm thinking, have I properly eaten? But you're saying that's psychological to just go through that change of
lots of it is psychological. Remember, fruit and vegetables provide you carbs as well. That's mainly what is there in vegetable and food is primarily carbs. So you're getting your carbs from there. Of course, to get your full ration of carbs, you have to eat a lot of fruit, a lot of vegetables, but you can make up with fruit as well. I mean, the thing with fruit is, don't take me wrong, I'm not dissing fruit. Some fruit are very high sugar, like mangoes, they are out. But other fruits like apples, pears, bananas, readily available, they give you good amount of carbs, but because they've got fat, just because they've got fiber in them, the absorption of the sugar is low. That's the difference.
And you don't get the surge.
So you don't get the spike. So and like I said, you can have a bowl of oats in the morning. You can put some skim milk in it, put some berries on top of oats, put some yogurt on top of oat. Have an avocado, cut an avocado, put it on one slice of multigrain bread. Put an egg on it. That's very nutritious. If your sehri is comprised of, let's say, a multigrain piece of bread, egg on top, avocado on top, a bowl of oats with some berries and yogurt, that's
fine enough. And that sounds decent to have. I think it's more of a cultural change for someone to make that rather than maybe I'll just warm up what I just had for iftar. Which is probably the same amount of food of the white sugars and salads and stuff.
Or have parathas, very traditional. To cook parathas in sehri.
Which is not great for you because it's immersed in oil and white flour and stuff. I think it's a cultural change. I think people who listen to today will clip it and it sounds great, but it's just making that step. But that's the challenges that you just have to do.